And on the broadcast, we're now being joined by former GOC, Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma, a Defence and Strategic Affairs Analyst. Welcome to WION, sir.
Thank you, Anisha.
Right. Now, Lieutenant General Sharma, after the ceasefire violations by Pakistan and shellings in Srinagar, which happened just within 3 hours of signing the ceasefire agreement, the question right now is, can Pakistan be trusted at this point of time?
I think if you ask me, the question gets infructuous as far as Pakistan is concerned. There have been 7 decades. There have been so many deals signed, so many treaties and agreements that we have come across. I mean, right from IWT and even Tashkent, there have been Shimla, and there have been Agra Summit. There have been so many events, and every event and after every time, a time has passed, and Pakistan backtracks on it and comes back into the same mode in no time. Finally, being anti-Indian is a culture in Pakistan. It's their very identity. So to say that there could be any trust as far as Pakistan is concerned, so I'll say categorically no, there cannot be any trust. Except that yesterday night it happened was just too fast. Within 3 hours of it happening, the Pakistanis were at it again, filing at the civilian areas, the villages and townships in south of Pir Panjal, Punch and Rajouri and the areas closer to Jammu, Aknoor, Pargwal and all these areas which they were targeting on within 3-4 hours. And also targeting by not small arms, but they were shelling artillery. So naturally, you can't have faith in them, and we have to be prepared for any eventuality.
Right, Lieutenant General Sharma, you do speak of the fact that, of course, Pakistan cannot be trusted. There's also clearly a lack of intent from the Pakistani establishment. How do you read this? Do you think that there are fissures between the Pakistani military and its political establishment, which rather lead to the ceasefire violation?
Which political establishment are we talking about? This political establishment in the last election was foisted on Pakistan, where even then they were not elected. The elections were so badly rigged, and Imran Khan and PTI were shed aside. Imran Khan was put into jail, so was his colleagues, and they foisted across an administration which was their choice. And having foisted it, the new administration is actually subservient to Pakistan Army, and it's not now. Of course, now it's literally guaranteed. But ever since the country became independent, Pakistan's polity has always been controlled by the Pakistan Army. And I'm not even saying in the times when there was martial law and there were 4 martial law administrators right up to President Musharraf. Even the era when there was democracy in Pakistan and there were elected governments, it was still being ruled by really the iron hand of Pakistan Army Chief. And that continues even now. So even if there is a deal made and there are some understandings which have come across, I'm not even talking about ceasefire. I'm saying there was an understanding yesterday which the Director Generals of Military Operations have come through. That understanding is only overwritten by the Pakistan Army Chief, and the political establishment has little to say. That's one reason why the US Secretary of State called the Pakistan Army Chief. He didn't call the Indian Army Chief. It was enough to speak to the Prime Minister of India and to the Foreign Minister. But in Pakistan's case, the Secretary of State found it convenient to call the Pakistan Army Chief, well understanding that he is the one who matters in all these issues.
Right, sir. I also want to seek your assessment that do you think India should have made the ceasefire perhaps conditional? Keeping in mind that India clearly had an advantage on the battlefield and Pakistan was withering from all fronts, from the economy front to the fact that a report suggested that Pakistan can't withhold a war for more than 4 days.
So whether Pakistan can withhold the war for 4 days or 8 days, I'm not even debating it. I'm not very sure about the resilience Pakistan has and the kind of collusion they have with China, what China is providing and what the other countries are providing to Pakistan. So the total resilience that they would have, it is not in the debate at this juncture. But having said that, Should we have gone for a ceasefire now? We haven't gone for a ceasefire. We have gone for an understanding that let's stop firing across the borders because it's causing damage, and there are civilian casualties happening on both sides, especially along the line of control, and then the understandings have been arrived at. It doesn't mean that there is a ceasefire. Tomorrow there are talks in the Director General MO again, and they will proceed further as to how things should happen. So, and whether it will succeed or not succeed, only time will tell. So, my personal view is that we have just gone in for an understanding temporarily because after the 4 days, and maybe this will hold on after tomorrow, but maybe it may collapse. So, I one doesn't know how things will pan out in time.